Christo Brand's first connection with Nelson Mandela was as his warder at Robben Island and then later at Polesworth Prison. It was a relationship that would change not only his views on apartheid and race, but his entire life.
He let me believe you must believe in people around you. The more you help people around you to educate, to become a better person in life, they can look after their own families. And he said if people can look after their own families, then they can create jobs and things for themselves, not live in poverty. But it changed my life in a way to see other people as human beings.
The two became fast friends, with Brand helping Mandela while he was still in prison, and Mandela never forgetting him, even after he became president.
And he was a person, never let me believe he's higher than me. Even when he was a prisoner, he was humble and polite. When he became president, when he worked in parliament, he was the same attitude. When he was retired, he always let me feel I'm very important when I visit him.
Now, Brand's come all the way from South Africa to the London Leek Street Gallery to catch a first glimpse of some of the items he donated in this section, 10,000 Days, the Prison Years. He's loaned a tennis racket Mandela passed to Brand's children and his master key from his time at Robben Island, where Mandela was imprisoned for 18 years. They sit alongside items like the roll mat Mandela slept on and letters to his family.
Mandela said when he walked out of prison, he said, comrades, now it's a time we must take hands with the enemy and build the country up together, work harder than before. Not relax and sit back and believe my parents was in a struggle, I must just get everything for free. We must work for it. And this exhibition tells also the hardship, the life of Mandela through different stages. Because Mandela said to me, he never fight to become the president of the country. He fight for freedom of his people.
Set out chronologically, the exhibition covers the whole of Mandela's life, from the Mvezo tribe he was born into, to his teenage years, and then the horrors of apartheid-era South Africa.
One of the most disturbing parts of the exhibition is this section dedicated to recreating life during apartheid. As someone who's mixed heritage, there is no way I would be able to sit on this bench. And it really serves as a stark reminder of everything Mandela was fighting for.
Steve Swarby and the curatorial team worked closely with the Royal House of Mandela, and it's that personal connection that elevates the exhibition into revealing more about the man behind the myth.
We travelled out to South Africa in April last year and we did a tour around following in Madiba's footsteps really through his whole life, from his birthplace through to Cape Town, Johannesburg, and really just retraced the journey of his life. And along the way we met a lot of people that knew him and that went on that journey with him.
As well as interviews from friends, family and colleagues, they've unearthed a treasure trove of photographs and video footage of Mandela himself. His legacy is clear to see.
It's just the consistency of his character traits of compassion, of treating everybody the same, from the cleaners to presidents, and his admission that yes, he was a flawed human being just like everybody else. And I think it made me reflect on my own life about the kindnesses that you can express in your day-to-day existence, but it also made me reflect on leadership around the world today. You know, he was a wayfinder and he tried to modernise and unite a nation that had been riven by conflict for decades. But he tried to actually show the way forwards that being united and a peaceful process is better than conflict.
This is an exhibition that's designed to tour the world. After closing here in June, it heads to Paris. And though Mandela was a South African legend, what he was fighting for is universal: freedom, tolerance, and equality. In a world that's more divided than ever, a reminder of the power of bringing people together could be exactly what is needed. Miranda Atty, TRT World, London.